Navi gave another prediction: go to school, Canyon to Grove. In the tribute episode called From Out of Stone Canyon, TJ Johnson and Casey Chan from In Space invites the Pirate Rangers to visit them through sending a message into the Ranger Key. Apparently, the two became school teachers of Angel Grove High. They wanted the Rangers to learn about the importance of dreams, hoping to inspire them to think further than just protecting the Earth, but to see who they are protecting as well. Not just to hide by, but understand more. Despite in the beginning, the Rangers were not interested in attending schools. However, over time, the entire team felt inspired by the hopes of the students. Troy realizes his passion in sword fighting is real as he saw the fencing team. Gia and Dr. Carver learn more from the computer science club. Emma seeing bond between older students helping younger students like they are siblings. Orion felt the power of sportsmanship while playing basketball with the basketball team. Jake felt the love after witnessing high school sweethearts. However, Vengix followed them and decides to hold the school for ransom for their in-space powers. Fortunately, with the help of the students, the Pirate Rangers disarmed the bombs before it blew up. While the Pirate Rangers were too busy disarming the bombs, Jake, TJ, and Casey were fighting Vengix head-on. The three were no match. Jake tries to stop Vengix but is unsuccessful. When the other Rangers arrive, they were too late. Vengix stole the in-space powers, so they use the in-space power keys but ends in a stalemate. Orion tries to stop Vengix, but the two were tied. Orion could not believe how evil he could end up. Vengix blamed Orion for who he is now. Rather than helping Orion of wisdom, he actually condemned and abandoned him in the dark side of the morphing grid. Orion responds he could never be redeemed, and Vengix asks if he had ever tried. Orion pauses for an apology at this moment of weakness. Vengix uses it to give Orion a heavy strike, launching him backwards, while using this moment to escape. Even though the Rangers were defeated and the in-space powers were stolen, the two veteran Rangers tries to comfort the Rangers of never giving up the war even if the battle has been lost. Orion regrets locking up Vengix, which has been apparent through the season. He wished he redeemed his other self, but Casey told him what is done has been done. All he needs to correct his future, set sail in the right path, and also forgive himself. Casey seems to be fond of Orion, recognizing him. Orion says he's surprised that Casey finally recognized him even though he's invisible all the time she knew him. It took TJ a while, then he realized who Orion was and thanks him for all the times Orion had helped TJ and his friends in the past. In one of the character building episodes called Silver No More, the Rangers faces off a Pudgy Pig lookalike. The monster was a drill sergeant who sneaked out the armada to eat all the food on Earth because he was hungry, since Invidious escaped. Malkor actually gave him permission to travel on Earth. He told the monster to eat all the food it can, starve the Earthlings. The Rangers tries to stop this monster. Jake was not in his best shape due to his guilt for losing the powers from in-space to Vengix. The monster sucked in and ate Jake's morpher. Without his morpher, he is simply powerless, unable to tap into the morphing grid, sulking because, while he was stuck in the morphing grid, he always wants to return and fight as a ranger in his coma dreams. Jake feels useless without his powers and feels he will be a burden to the team. While cooling off after feeling so powerless, Jake bumps into Tommy Oliver and Adam, who steps into the dimension to visit the Rangers. Tommy and Adam had a talk about losing Ranger powers with Jake, which Tommy states he had lost his powers, but no powers doesn't mean that he isn't a Ranger anymore. Adam added cliff notes on Once a Ranger and Ninja Quest. After hearing how Tommy and Adam lost their powers, but still has the fighting spirit as a Ranger. This motivates Jake to continue on his Ranger duties without his powers. The X-Borgs and Pudgy Pig ripoff arrives to harm civilians, rampaging for food. Tommy, Adam, and Jake fought head-on against the X-Borgs, but were no match against the Lettuce Head. The Lettuce Head mocks Jake for not being able to morph. Jake tells him he won't give up no matter what. Then the other Rangers showed up to the rescue. Jake, spotting Lettuce Head's stomach, tells the Ranger to aim it. The Rangers use Jungle Fury to concentrate on the stomach. The Lettuce Head regurgitates and Jake gets his morpher back. The team morphs into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with a White Ranger to fight the Armada, a nod to the past. Lettuce Head swallows the Rangers' weapons, but they summon the Team Blaster from Season 2 of Mighty Morphin and blew up the Lettuce Head. Navi then gave another prediction: E-Virus epidemic returns. In the tribute called Alt-Tab, the Rangers receives a distress call from Corinth. Via hologram, Dr. K says the RPM morphers were all hacked by the Vengix virus. Earlier, after an upgrade of the morphers, Dr. K tried to test it out with Scott, Gemma, and Dylan. When the three tried morphing, the morphers had turned them into Vengix generals. Gemma turned into Professor Cog, Dylan turned into the Gunslinger robot general, and Scott into Black Beetleborg, suit identical to the General Vengix from Forever Red. The rest of the RPM Rangers cannot risk morphing, because they might transform into other Vengix lackeys. Dr. K said Vengix deactivated all communication channel except for this one, since Vengix is using the Morphing Grid. As established earlier, the Morphing Grid powers are from the Pirate Rangers universe's Earth. Thus, the Pirate Rangers were summoned. Orion felt uneasy about leaving Earth unprotected, but the rest of the Rangers told them they didn't earn the true nature of the RPM Ranger powers yet. Gia suggests to split the group up, but Dr. Carver said Vengix is too powerful, even for 5 Power Rangers. Jake also said RPM needs 7 Rangers and 12 Swords to defeat Vengix, while the Pirates only have 6 Rangers and around 9 Zords. A portal was ripped in the sky, and the Rangers thought it was Dr. K who made it. When they arrived, Dr. K said she was planning for them to arrive through the interdimensional subway train rather than a convenient portal in the sky to enter her dimension. The Pirate Rangers faces off against the 2 robot generals. Gunslinger, who possessed Dylan, held human hostages in the desert. He tries to fend the Rangers off, trying to buy enough time so Vengix can locate the newly developed Falcon Speeder Zord that was located in a remote R&D area. He plans to travel to the secret Vengix backup headquarters to resurrect something bigger. Apparently, this version of Vengix was a downgraded one, thus no Internet Explorer. Needs to transport viruses through snail mail. So the Rangers fought against the Gunslinger robot. The Gunslinger was tough and bought enough time. However, the Rangers were able to take him out. The Gunslinger told the Rangers they were stupid enough to enter this dimension, because Vengix always has a backup plan if it fails to take over the world. The Gunslinger's last words were, "Long live the Machine Empire." This rung a bell to Troy, Gia, and Emma, remembering what Billy had told them about the return of the Machine Empire from Zeo. Fortunately, Dylan was freed from the Vengix control. The Rangers raced to the hangar where the Falcon Speeder Zord was located. Looks like they caught up to the General Vengix this time. He has the same form as from Forever Red. Jake noticed his experience is similar to a comic book series he read. Vengix says his creator takes references to create his warriors. So does he. Jake joked, "You probably got stuck in a comic book store computer." Gia said, "More like he got stuck in a haunted mansion." Orion then interrupted the two and heads into battle. The General fought the Rangers head on, and the Rangers morphs into the 2 teams of Red Rangers in Forever Red. So the first set would be Mighty Morphin Red, Zeo, In Space, Time Force, and Lightspeed Rescue, because these fought against Vengix during Forever Red, and Samurai Red because Samurai fought Vengix as well. For the second set, it'll be Alien Ranger, Turbo Red, Lost Galaxy Red, Wild Force Red, Time Force Red because they also fought against Vengix in Forever Red. And JQ's Wolf Warrior because Wolf Warrior is magic, parallel to the mystical Zeo Crystal versus technological and Machine Empire. General Vengix was even tougher than the Gunslinger. It utilized Scott's fighting moves. The Rangers defeated General Vengix and it freed Scott. However, the Falcon Speeder Zord automatically activated and races off. Apparently, General Vengix had uploaded its consciousness into the Zord. Dr. K ordered for an immediate retreat because the place was set to explode and they need to take Scott to safety, who was drained from the possession. The Rangers returns back to the RPM headquarters, trying to figure out what is Vengix's ultimate goal. While writing up a firewall to contain Vengix, Dr. K revealed she never wrote the original Vengix virus code, but she found and modified it, writing in the missing base codes. She was inspired by some alien code while she was researching radio signals, as she was experimenting radio waves and interdimensional stuff while she was at Alphabet Soup. She said the Vengix virus were lines of broken computer codes that echoed across dimensions. She wrote the missing parts and produced the Vengix virus. The Pirate Rangers realized the Vengix virus was actually the remnant sentient mind of General Vengix of the Zeo Machine Empire, something Billy had warned them about. Vengix's ultimate goal was to restore the Machine Empire. It nearly succeeded during the RPM season. Bye.